Hello Pisces, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. Sorry, what card just fell down? Hearth and Home. Some of you may have been in a relationship. This could have been in the past, it could be current. Others of you, this may be a situationship. For a small portion of you, this could be a very strong connection that you feel is pulling the both of you together. My method of reading, I only pick the top card, but you have your boundaries as well as creativity, wanting to create something. My method of reading is slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self. I do not use any spirit guides for my readings. I never have. I have certain reasons for that. At the end of this reading, I do channel archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. So you did get the creativity card again. Okay. Ooh, third party situation. Overall arching theme. We have shapeshifting. So we have here hearth and home, followed by wisdom, crisis, awakening, grief, surrender, creativity, beliefs, and then we have shapeshifting under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Pisces, the moment I saw you, I knew there was something about you that I could call home. And in you, I have found my hearth and home. Wherever you are, that is where my home is. Emotionally, spiritually, and physically, I feel that I belong to you. Somehow you and I are connected. I can talk to you and confide in you and not fear that you're going to judge me. A part of me sometimes wants to just lie my head down on your lap and be that person who can tell you all of their secrets, all of the hurt, all of the pain that I hide from the rest of the world. But I feel as though I can be open and honest with you. Whenever I'm cold, you have this way of keeping me warm. And whenever I'm lost, you have this way of guiding me home. I do feel that in this connection, things have changed. Whatever happened in the past, I can't change that. But what has happened is that now I am a bit more wiser. I've learned from my mistake. I am no longer the same. Certain things that have happened happen for a reason. And it's hard for me to even think about how I used to be. I realize now that that was wrong. That wasn't right. And I wasn't in the right state of mind. That's why I did what I did. But I did it because I thought it was the right thing to do. Now I'm wiser. But because of the distance between us, you don't see that. You don't even experience that. I have learned a lesson. I'm not really wanting to make that mistake again. My mind is in a crisis. I live in this constant feeling of being overwhelmed with emotions, happiness, but a lot of sorrow and pain, mental anguish, anxiety, frustration, impatience, all in the mind. I am very overwhelmed. And because of me feeling this, I find it difficult to think straight, to concentrate, to sort my emotions out. I need time. But me being overwhelmed, it doesn't really help the situation. You want an answer, maybe you want a decision, but my mind is all over the place right now. So I can't. I don't make a move. I'm stuck in this mindset. Things have changed, and I'm starting to see things from your perspective. Before I didn't, but now I do, and now I can. Things seem to be now quite different because whatever happened before, I'm now able to see things through your lens, put myself into your shoes, see things from your perspective. And I understand where you were coming from. For this reason, I feel grief. Now I feel guilty, remorse, regret. Is it too late? I'm not sure, but I do feel that now. There are certain things that I've said and done that were not good. Certain things that I've done. Certain things that I didn't do that I should have. It all just comes down to pain and hurt. And now I live in this bubble of sadness and melancholy. And I'm actually afraid of losing you now, because I feel as if I have lost you. My sky was already very vast, but also very dark, and you were the only star that existed. And now that star is fading. And I'm losing you. And that breaks my heart. Only after I realized what has happened and what I've done. But I'm not the same because I am a bit wiser now. You may not know, but I do feel that I belong to you and you belong to me. I have surrendered my heart, my mind, my body to you. If you lead, I will follow. There's a part of me that wants to create something with you, but I'm still very overwhelmed. A web of love I would like to weave, having you in the center of my world. But it would be very fragile, and it could break if there is any type of storm in the relationship. I am a very different person from you. You and I, we were born and brought up in very different ways. And my mindset's very different than yours. We are not on the same page. Our opinions and differences are quite unique. I had a different view about you, about this relationship, about where we were headed. I know you wanted commitment. But things were different for me. And I know your beliefs are different. Where I come from, I have certain, almost like restrictions. And I know that your mindset and the way you have been your entire life, the things that you've gone through, things are different for you too. We don't think too much alike. And it is that distance, that difference that we have that makes us far apart. Overall, no matter where I go, no matter what I do, something happens and I always end up thinking about you. I walk on a path with someone else, doing something else, and yet my mind is still towards you, longing for you, yearning for you. Even though I'm on a path in a different direction, there's a part of my heart and my mind that is always thinking about you. You are a sweet distraction. For now, I'm reminiscing, and I'm hoping and I'm wishing that maybe someday we can connect and create something. But I know I've hurt you a lot. And certain things that I may say, they might not even matter anymore. At least I know in my heart that I have learned from my lessons, and I am wiser. Maybe one day I can show this to you. All right, Pisces. There was a lot of intense energy in this one. And what I'm seeing here, I did see the word commitment while I was going through the cards and the feelings and emotions that you guys have here. Some of you may actually feel that the roles are reversed. It could be vice versa. But because you're both connected, your energies are intermingled. And it is possible that both of you may be feeling the same. A few things I wanted to mention here. A couple, not a few. With the beliefs card here, it does talk about legitimately there being some type of a difference between the two of you. Either there's a mindset, I'm getting the word mindset. Some of you may be very rich. The other person might be not so rich, and so there's a problem, with the family or the society. Maybe it's a different background, religious background, racial background. But there's some type of issue that's pulling you both apart or pushing you both further from each other, and it's related to beliefs. Let me know in the comments below. We also have here a third-party card. For me, shapeshifting is that. Here we have Vila looking at this wolf going back into the forest, different direction altogether. However, her body is turned where this horse is, headed that way. So really, this is a sweet distraction. This person could be involved with somebody else. And if it's not somebody else, they could be involved doing something else. Maybe they have a job somewhere far away and they can't sacrifice that. They have to go that way. They have to do their job and stay at that job, but they're thinking about you, for example. So it's very interesting here how they're almost like being ripped apart in a way. And this is also a card that talks about not really having much of a choice. They do have a choice, but they're stuck in circumstances. Choice is a wrong word. Erase that. The circumstances are difficult. That's the problem here. They're finding it difficult to move on because they have to walk a certain path, yet their heart and their mind are all for you. They're unable to give you their time, energy, and effort. All right, let's have a look at the Lover's Path Tarot. So these cards, this indicates what is the current status. So this is about the current situation, current feelings and emotions. And if you don't know who that person is, it is very possible it's somebody from your past who maybe you're not even interested in it anymore. But that's the way my readings work. Usually I've seen it might be somebody from your past. And if it is, you might not actually be interested at all. Hence why they are in the past. All right. You got a really sad grief card going on there too. 5 of Cups. We have here the Ace of Coins and the 5 of Cups. So here I look into the situation. What is it that has occurred in the past? So I'm going to be going into the past a little bit with this set of cards. It's to see what happened in the first place that caused the situation to go downhill. Things were good, they were great, then what happened? Some of you may have not received a sense of closure. Some of you may have not felt recognized. Maybe you were taken for granted. The connection has become very distant. And maybe this person is not communicating with you as much as they did before. Maybe this person simply just ghosted you, right? So this is for those of you who have gone through this, and your person of interest may not have explained or talked to you about this. Hopefully, these cards will give you a better understanding. All right. We have here the Ace of Coins and the Five of Cups. I do read this in the reverse. Okay. All right. We have here the Ace of Coins. This talks about, and I read this in the reverse, right? It talks about a lack of growth, not really feeling very prosperous or successful, and not feeling very fertile either. Not wanting to grow, not wanting to have a family, not wanting to have that sense of commitment in a way. Of course, this is a general love reading. It's not going to resonate for everybody. There was a desire to reap the fruits of one's labor, but success was elusive. That's what they felt. There was a lack of contentment in their personal life, and they felt that they were unable to attain their material goals. Okay. Here we also have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is huge. Disappointments, sadness, and pessimism. They were feeling trapped, and they were concentrating on problems instead of seeing the assets. They were not really seeing opportunities in this connection. And they had creatively blocked, and even blocked fertility. So you have the word fertility twice, actually. And these are, one that's cups and the other's coins, right? It's interesting. So there's something to do either with fertility, either with adopting, with adjusting to family, with adjusting to friends. These are other human beings that are in your life. Okay? It's not just a baby. So this does talk about wanting to grow, right, with friends or family, but not really wanting to. That's what this talks about, not really wanting to grow. Here we have a growing awareness that relationships are what you make of them, which is why this guy's crying. The ability to appreciate what one has. So this person didn't appreciate what you had, and I say guy because it's a male in the card. This person didn't really value you, and they feel that they were the ones that actually caused this problem in the first place, and they are regretting it. Congratulations. That's really good. Crosswatcher, you probably think I'm a little heartless, but it's a part of life's process, okay? You do something bad, you realize it, everybody has to repent, everybody has to feel guilty. It's just the way life is, right? And afterwards, you become wiser because that's what happened. Remember, these are in the past, right? This stuff is in the past. The first set is current, and there is wisdom there. So from this heartache and pain and this feeling of guilt, they still feel a little guilty because you have the grief card, but they also have become wiser because you have the wisdom card. That's good. That's really good. All right. Let's have a look. Someday, some way, we will meet again. Fate, destiny, feelings of what is to come in the future. Here, I look into any plans, any actions, any intentions your person of interest may take towards you. This is the Beginner's Tarot. Okay. Interesting. You have 3 major arcanas here. Yeah. All right. There's a lot of feminine energy I'm getting. Feminine energy, a lot of loving, nurturing, caring feelings. that are coming through in this spread right now. This person feels that you are being divinely guided, that your fate and destiny is meant to be together. They feel that someday, some way, we will meet again. It is a hope, it is a wish, it's a prayer to the universe, privately, which is why they're also the High Priestess here. They feel that you are utterly irresistible. They are highly sex crazed almost. Like they want you. They really find you absolutely hot, sexy, gorgeous. Keep that going. They find you extremely attractive to the point where it's like, it's tempting. It's one of the earlier cards here. It's one of the first cards. So it's really interesting how this person has a lot of attraction towards you. And they also feel very much at home with you. They feel that you know them, you get them, but nobody else does. That's what they feel. And then we also have here the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands here talks about how this person has made a decision. They know what they want, and now they're just waiting. They'll know it when they see it. It just hasn't happened yet. In the meantime, we have the High Priestess. This person knows certain things, secrets, certain things that have happened and that are going to happen that they're predicting. But they're not really expressing themselves to you. They're being very secretive, very quiet, and yet it's almost as if they know a few things that you don't. The World. This is a beautiful card. This does talk about how in this connection, there's this... Remember you had the Beliefs card. You had the Beliefs card. Talks about differences. World talks about differences where you are worlds apart. Literally. This could be any type of difference, but I'm seeing mostly it might be racial or maybe even religious. But something here is different between the two of you. It doesn't have to be that. That's just one portion of this type of card. The other interpretation I have for this card is the both of you are physically like apart, worlds apart, and they want to close that gap. They also feel that emotionally you guys are apart. You may be living in the same home, and yet maybe you're not talking. So for that reason, I do see that it's important that you kind of understand this person's starting to really miss you. They're waiting and they're missing you, right? But they also feel that they can no longer, like they can't stand this anymore. They don't want to deal with this the way it's going on. They don't like it. And so they want to close that gap. They want to make that world, those two different worlds that are now separate, they want it to come together again and be with you, be close to you emotionally and physically. They don't like being worlds apart. Here we also have, oh, and also, they also feel that you mean the world to them. You are their world. And that's also why they were trying to create something with you. You had the creativity card. They want you to be the center of the world. Here we have Queen of Pentacles. The overall arching theme. Your person of interest is wanting to give you stability. And they also see you as somebody who's very nurturing, caring, protecting, but they also want to be that towards you because they realize that before things were very rough in a way, they were very, what I'm seeing is crude, nasty, harsh, cold, rough. I'm seeing these textures and these things in my mind's eye right now. But going forward, when they're going to reach out to you, which they will, they're going to be somebody completely different. Remember, I said that they had a lot of feminine energies coming from this right now. So they're going to be approaching you in a very soft, gentle, nurturing kind of way. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. Whatever energy is coming, it's going to be very soft and gentle, which is really nice. It's a very understanding, compassionate kind of feeling that this person has now. So before with the differences, you know, some people here, you may have been walking on eggshells. You might not have felt very comfortable. It appears that this person wants to close that gap now. They just want to be comfortable with you. I do see them reaching out to you. And when they do, they're not going to be very, I'm getting the word rough about it. They're not going to be like rude or rough or like rugged or something like that. Women can be rugged too. So they're going to be, like I said, nurturing, caring, protecting. Those type of feelings are going to come through. And don't think of it as a weakness. When somebody does that, they're doing it for a reason. And sometimes we think that we can get away with many things, and people start to manipulate. Because we think the person is now after us. Oh, they're chasing us now. Well, some of us are lucky that they're even chasing us. Some of us don't even care, right? But please, if this person does come to you, don't think of it as a weakness that they're using their feminine energy. It's not a weakness. It's just a part of who they are. They've just tuned into it. Whereas before, maybe they didn't tune into it, but that's a part of them. Just going to do a quick prayer. All right. These messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Peaceful resolution. Okay, so there has been some disappointments in this connection. Excellent card. I always love having this card. Opportunity. No. Compromise. And the no has an exclamation mark. No. Compromise. Don't give in. Don't bend over backwards to accommodate this person. You will have to compromise if you want this relationship to move forward. Do you know why you have to compromise? Because you had the beliefs card. Both of you have to let go of a little bit and meet in the middle. If you want it to happen. If not, then then let go. Oh my goodness, this is a spiritually based romantic connection. Most of the readings are, majority of the time. I've never really had any reading that I've done for any person where they have not been spiritually connected to the individual. All right. I have here peaceful resolution. There's going to be a time when the both of you are going to connect, and there is going to be resolution. It's going to be peaceful. It's going to be an oh God, I can't say that word. Okay, let me make fun of myself here. Amicable. Can't say it properly, but you guys know what I mean, right? A mutual understanding. Okay. Now we have here opportunity. There is going to be an opportunity given to you. Oh, excellent. You also have abundance. I love it when these two come in a combo. Opportunity, because there's going to be some type of abundance coming to you. So this is either going to be a brand new relationship, somebody brand new, completely different, or the situation that you are in is going to start to create more opportunities for you, and it's going to create abundance in your life. Either way, it's good, guys. It's always good. We have here no with an exclamation mark. Compromise. Now, there's two things. This could be interpreted in two ways, right? No, for some of you, they don't want you to compromise to the point where you bend over backwards and change who you are to accommodate this person. They don't want you to do that, because then that's not you. You're just somebody who they have almost like groomed or trained in the way, right? It's almost as if we're a puppet. No, that's not the real you. What you have to do is have compromise. So the type of compromise you need, and this is the second point, the type of compromise you need here is that you have to compromise in order to actually make this connection happen. Why? Because you had the beliefs related card, and that talks about differences. So the both of you come from different maybe backgrounds, different beliefs, different opinions, different ideas, different passions, right? Different goals, different aims. There's so many things. People are different. So in order for you to come and land on that same page, you need to adjust a little bit. They need to adjust a little bit, cross-watcher. You need to adapt. They need to adapt. Finally, accommodate each other, meet in the middle. At the end of the day, our passions come and go. Our arguments fade, disagreements. Oh, 10 years ago, I used to fight over that particular topic. I don't know how silly that topic was. I don't know why I used to even bother. And yet you lost a person because of it, because you just wouldn't let go of that topic. It's not just you, it's cross-watcher here too. So there's something here that may be causing a problem in your connection. It is not as important as your connection. Okay? So try to push things aside. And if you have truly found the love of your life, try to see what you can do. The healthy relationship, no more than the ratio of 40-60, 60-40. Like if it's 50-50, that's very rare that both parties change. If you are 70% changing and your person of interest just changed 30%, that's not healthy. What's okay in my mind's eye and what I get intuitively, 60% one of you can change, 40% the other can change. Okay? But people here have to change, and it has to be almost like an equal give and take relationship. We can't have here somebody that's only going to change to accommodate the other person. That's not a real relationship. That's very fake. And at some point in time, we crack, we break, we pop. That's what happens. We do have here abundance. Abundance will be coming. And we also have here assertiveness. Very interesting. Very nice that you have this right with this card too. Compromise. You know what I just told you about. Be assertive. Let this person know what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with. For some of you, you may have had self-esteem issues or lack of self-esteem. And for that reason, you just decide to bend over backwards and accommodate this person. This is what the angels are telling you. No, with an exclamation mark. No, be assertive. The best way of a connection like this right now, your person of interest is going through a few things. All right. Remember, they're very overwhelmed. They're going through the grief. Let go for now. Don't really initiate kind of any communication. Just focus on yourself. Do your own thing. And eventually, yes, this person's going to reach out to you. I do see that. Fingers crossed. It is a general love reading, but if the majority of this reading you're resonating with, then most likely this is what's going to happen. We also have here romance. This is the overall arching theme. It umbrellas this entire reading. This is a spiritually based romantic connection. This means that some of you are twin flame, soulmates, karmic partners. You've been married in a past life together. You were either engaged, maybe it was a secret love affair. There's so many beautiful stories that I've come across when I do past life readings. Right now, they might be on pause. I'm not sure, guys. Give it a check if you want. Go to my website, www.asnointia.com. If you are interested in a past life reading, if it's open, you can place an order. If it's not, then you can always send me an email and I will put you on the waiting list. So it's a very strong, very intense relationship or situationship. It is very difficult for you to let go. That's why you got the let go card, because it's so difficult to let go. Sometimes we feel a sense of obsession and we just don't know why we feel so connected with this person. It bothers us. If that's the case, guys, then this is a spiritually based romantic connection. I have on my other channel called Asnointia Audio. That's on YouTube. I have another channel on YouTube. And the videos there are all free, just like these videos. I recommend that you have a look at some of the not readings, but the videos that I have. Some of them are on spiritual connections, spiritually based romantic connections. And I have some on relationship related advice, and there's one on negative energies, what and who those things are, what those things are, and how we can get rid of them. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. I do love reading your comments, and I try my best to write back. Most of the time I can, but then with the grace of God, there's just so many of you now. It's kind of difficult. But I do read them, and I do appreciate when you write, but then also when somebody else writes and you guys support each other. All of us are like on the same boat. So there's no harm in reading and supporting. All right, you guys take care. Stay safe. Bye now.